Let's talk about what time you should actually be at the cruise terminal for Royal Caribbean. But if we haven't met, I'm Charity. I'm not a travel agent, but I travel often, and I like sharing tips to make it easier for others. When you check in for your cruise, usually about 45 days out, you'll be assigned a time to board. The earlier you check in, the better chance you have of getting an early slot like 11 a.m. Let's say you're assigned 11 a.m. That's the time that you're technically allowed to start the boarding process. That means checking documents, going through security, things like that. And here's what no one else will tell you, and people will argue me in the comments, but that time is simply a suggestion. It's just meant to be able to manage the crowd. Some cruisers will say, don't show up early, you're ruining it for everyone. Those are probably the same people that say you have to dress up for every meal. I don't agree with either of those. We've shown up 20 to 30 minutes early before, and the person standing there looked completely bored, waiting on somebody to come and let them check them in. If you're scheduled for 11, there's nothing wrong with showing up at 10:30 to allow for shuttle and transportation. Worst case scenario, they ask you to wait. Best case scenario, they wave you on through and you're on early. Also, keep in mind, even if you board early, you still won't get into your room around 1 p.m. So if you board around 11:15, any bags you don't give the porters, you'll be carrying around. That's why some people prefer to board later. There's less crowds, less waiting, straight to the room. Others like us want to board as soon as possible. Get lunch, tour the ship, do the muster drill, start that drink package. Just be aware, some ports will let you board early, others may not. If you board early, that's more waiting with whatever you carry on the ship. If you board later, you're closer to getting in your room, but that's less time on board. Either way, make sure to have your boarding pass, your passports, your carry-on essentials with you handy. If you're thinking about boarding early, feel free to leave your boarding time in the port in the comments, and we'll see what time makes sense. And as always, follow me for more cruise and travel tips.